I guess today we have to talk about the president and his speech this morning. It's your friendly neighborhood blogger here. And well, I like to talk about the president's speech today in Philippines, especially about the ECQ, the enhanced quarantine. And this is the thing. Today, this morning, he made it possible. He enhanced it. He delayed it all the way till May 15th. So supposedly the deadline was supposed to be April 15th, then it raised to April 30th, and now it's till May 15th. And I get where he's coming from, and it's fine because the cases are lowering here in the Philippines. So it's a good deal. Why not? So I think 2 weeks on the safer side, it's perfect, and it's really good in my opinion. And a lot of Filipinos will be complaining about it, but you gotta check it out from, your safety, your children's safety point of view, that this is the best choice for financial assistance and for giving away food. They are running low on funds. They have funds for now, but if this keeps going, this COVID-19 keeps going, then their funds will lower big time. But they say they do have money for now. So hopefully it'll be over by the time, they'll be running low on funds. They say if there is a time where they ran out of money, they will borrow money, or they will have to sell assets, government assets. And we probably know who's the first one that's gonna bid to buy government assets. The other part he talked was about finding the cure. He said that there's organizations that they are actually working on trying to find a cure. They raised the bounty to 50 million. So if there's a Filipino organization out there that can actually find a cure for 50 million, then hey, you guys saved the world. And it's actually a good thing. It would be actually awesome for the Philippines because there is a lot of brilliant minds out there, especially in the medical field. I know there's some quack doctors out there, but there's still some good doctors here in the Philippines. Another talk was basically about martial law. This is the one thing that really was more shocking, that the NPA, the New People's Army, they have been attacking more on the Philippine Army, and they've been going aggressive lately, using COVID-19 as a distraction. While the military and the police are concerned, while there's little police force going on at the moment with all this stay at home, the NPA is taking action against it. I mean, they're actually attacking, and that is bad for business, man. Definitely bad for business, especially when during this time in the quarantine, and then they have to actually deploy military personnel to those regions. Come on, man. They're messing up their own country. Seriously, they are messing up their own country. And one thing Duterte said that really made sense is, yeah, you are ruining your own people. 35 pesos per bullet can go to people's mouths. 35 pesos can buy food. A pound of rice, a kilo of rice for 35 pesos, imagine that. But instead that goes for one bullet. And I don't know how's this communist thing, or how they work right now, but come on, NPA, it's impossible. And you're trying to be the people's army, yet you are really ruining these chances. One bullet, it can go to feed families out there. They are willing to go to martial law. And if they do, they're gonna waste resources just because of the NPA and all this stuff. And because of Filipinos, that they like to go outside during the quarantine. They like to gamble, they like to drink, they like to go outside. So what do you think is gonna happen? Of course, martial law. But you know, the majority of the Filipinos, they agree with the president and they agree with everything that's going on with the virus. But there are some who still like to go out and congregate. Come on, man. You're ruining for the rest of us. I know I'm not a Filipino, but at the same time, like, your president and your government is doing something that they are helping the community. I'll get back to that later. Then they talk about the armed forces, reconfigure the armed forces and escort health workers. So they will amp up more military presence. It's not martial law, but they will amp up military presence. And my final thoughts are this. This was the most humbling speech that I found. It's really humbling. It tells a lot, like, hey man, we're running out of money. We're getting broke. And urge people to stay inside, follow the guidelines. And seriously, at this time, people need to have pride and stay in their homes, stay in their house and follow the guidelines. I know there's a lot of hungry people out there currently. I know that there is a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people who are not working, and it's bad, yes. But at the same time, this is a force majeure, let's say, legally speaking. This is not a thing that is, implemented by the government. Don't work just because you don't need to work. This is for the safety of everybody. Just because one person can go to work, what if that one person gets infected and then gets other 50 people around infected? I think for this part, Duterte, but in my opinion, the guy is doing great. With the limited resources he has, okay, in a third world country, with an overpopulated place, he handled it quite well. For these low cases, imagine that. Because Philippines is a very overpopulated country. And in order to have fast response on these cases, it's incredible. Especially, there's a lot of people saying it's a boogeyman virus, but there's already people that are in the next subdivision getting infected. There's already people in Angeles here getting infected. I know a lot of people will not agree with my views, but the man has done quite a lot. Came to the point where I actually I'm making a video in supporting the president, because when he first started, I never really liked him, but now it's to the point where you see all these changes going on, and he talks the talk, he walks the walk. I think it's a good time to give the guy a chance. I know there's a lot of Filipinos behind him, and a lot of Filipinos out there, they are going martial law, yes. But there are others who are like, oh, it's our rights. If they believe that, they can just go outside and get the virus themselves. This is a time for, people to come back in the community, to be together, not to be bickering on politics. These are the things that he spoke, and they are pretty humbling in my opinion, because it shows, not a lot of countries would say that. Not a lot of countries will tell you up front, hey, we're getting broke now, so you guys behave, because we're wasting resources over here. They're just hoping this thing goes away and people get back to work, get back to eating, and they actually do have some contingency plans where they actually plan to create more jobs. And that's a good thing after the COVID-19 thing. That is the news for now, for today. At least bloggers like Ricky and Gio are happy now that people are starving, and I guess they're in demand in their evil eyes. This is Andy Omar, and signing out. Peace.